Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, this Indian from India, woman pediatrician, deleted her young daughter's life and then tried to lie about it. But she's also a people of color, a minority. And this is why I relay over various other things too, will be the finishing destruction of American blacks overall. If more American blacks don't see through these little games, people of color is a dastardly, silly, infantile, mental trickery, switchery, demonic, nonsensical behavior, type of nonsensical rhetoric. What is a people of color? What does a minority look like when various numbers of women within predominant culture are considered minorities? Right? Numbers of border break illegal immigrants, how many of them are considered minorities? And determined by depending on what section of where they come from, how many are considered people of color? And then you got the black adjacent hiders who only sit there and pretend to be black when it's convenient for them, right? Which is not the topic for today. Just give me an example. So they would be considered people of color and minority while fleeing from however their countries, the one this applies to. Not none of the good ones that know that they still owe American blacks thanks for building up America. And certain ones, the other personnel had an opportunity to come over to America. They don't get a few opportunities. Nothing wrong with that. But they still show the gratitude and the humbleness. That's a very small amount. Because the various other ones, they have a hatred for Black Americans of jealousy because they fled. Now, like this particular doctor, pediatrician, all that school that Dr. Gump right here went to, and it is still that it's relayed that she allegedly sit there and unalive her daughter. It is relayed that there might have been some possible child custody situations going on. But let me go ahead and share my screen. Give me one moment here. One moment here. Let me make sure you can see that. Okay, maximize that a little bit more. Okay, make sure we get this and that. All right, so right here, former OU, Oklahoma, health pediatrician accused of unaliving her innocent daughter appears in bond court. See that? July 2025. Dr. Nia Gupta appeared in court for the first time since she was arrested for allegedly unaliving her 4-year-old innocent daughter and staging it to look like a drowning while on vacation in Florida. But this is what Black Americans are supposed to, be jealous of? Huh? All right. Yeah. Picture of a violent cretin and to call herself a mother. According to the arrest warrant, Gupta and her daughter were standing at an Airbnb in El Porto, Florida, when the child was found unresponsive in the pool. Gupta told enforcement that the two were asleep when she was woken up by noise. Then realized that her daughter was missing before finding her submerged in the pool moments later. An autopsy report of the arrest warrant says the medical examiner found no water. An autopsy report in the arrest warrant says the medical examiner found no water in the child's lung and considered them dry, ruling out drowning as a cause of unalivement. The medical examiner also noted cuts and bruising in the child's mouth consistent with smothering. Let me repeat that. The medical examiner also noted cuts and bruising in the child's mouth consistent with smothering. It appears that the defendants said happened. The drowning is not consistent with what the autopsy revealed. Look at that. During bond court, Gupta's attorney argued the arrest warrant and preliminary findings of the autopsy led to rush judgment. Our concern, Judge, is that this was a rush to judgment. There was no official cause and a manner of unalivement. And here we are, where the state files an arrest warrant for first-degree murder and is asking my client to be held without bond. Now, if this would have been a Black American, how many people don't want to hear all that? So let me go ahead. There's a little video here. Let me play this video.
Is charged with first-degree murder after an autopsy and an arrest warrant shows inconsistencies with what Gupta told police. The doctor did not speak while in bond court, but her attorney says the death of Arya Talathi was a tragic accident.
You were arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant charging you with 1 count of first-degree murder.
Dr. Nia Gupta appearing in court for the first time since she was arrested for allegedly killing her 4-year-old daughter. According to an arrest warrant, on June 27th, Gupta's daughter was found in a pool unresponsive at an Airbnb Gupta rented in Florida while on vacation. Gupta telling police they were asleep when she heard a noise just after 3 a.m. and realized her daughter was missing. She found her in the pool moments later.
It appears that what the defendants said happened, the drowning, is not consistent with what the autopsy revealed.
According to an autopsy in the arrest warrant, the medical examiner did not find water in the child's lungs or stomach, which ruled out drowning as the cause of death. The medical examiner also noted cuts and bruising in the mouth consistent with smothering. Gupta's attorney says this was a rush to judgment.
Our concern, Judge, is that this was a rush to judgment. There was no official cause and manner of death. And here we are where the state files an arrest warrant for first-degree murder and is asking my client to be held without bond.
The judge firing back.
Ms. Gupta said they had a nice dinner, put her to bed. In the meantime, when they do an autopsy, there's no food in her stomach to indicate she had that nice dinner, and her lungs were dry, indicating she did not drown. So for purposes of this probable cause hearing, there is probable cause.
But again, this is what Black Americans, I'm not talking about coons and sellouts and gullible ones, are supposed to be jealous of. Another type of fleer that could not sit there and get things situated from this person's homeland, right? Someone also that flies under the people of color minority, right? But this is what Black Americans are supposed to be jealous of. One last video where still Dr. Gupta was showed still, she was still showed humanity. And if this would have been Black Americans, especially males, it would have been very different on this outcome. Make sure this is only about a minute, some seconds that you see, and make sure you see that. Hello, huh? All right. All right. Body cam video shows the arrest of Oklahoma Indian doctor from India, accused of murdering her innocent daughter.
Hunter Brandon, breaking news right now. We're getting a new look at the arrest of a mother now accused of murdering her 4-year-old daughter.
Eden is in the newsroom with the story. Eden. This is a story we've been following since June. That mother tracked down to Oklahoma to answer to the charges.
Neha Gupta, come to the front door. Do it now. For U.S. Marshals, we have a warrant for your arrest. Come to the front door. Do it now.
So that's the moment that U.S. Marshals arrived at Neha Gupta's Oklahoma home, guns drawn, breaking down the door and moving into the home to find her. After searching the home for several minutes, they finally locate Gupta hiding in a room of the home and quickly take her into custody. Neha Gupta.
You see how she still was treated with humanity. I'm utilizing this as fair use as doctrine. Look at that. Imagine again if that was a Black American man, he was hiding in there. You know, how many videos does it even take to see that there is a problem with certain numbers of bad seeds? And supremacists loves it, right? And you have people saying, well, Black folks should commit crimes. But at the same time, you see videos and videos and videos and videos when certain bad seeds doing things to certain ones within Paname's culture. Oh my goodness, we gotta weed these bad ones out. We gotta do something about this. You know, we gotta have laws. The hypocrisy is very real on that as well. And it's something dealing with ingrained hatred, generational hatred toward American Blacks. It's a problem when it's happening to America. Oh, it's not a problem when it happens to American Blacks. Bad seeds consistently doing bad seed things to American Blacks. But it's humanity, should be a humanity problem, and it's a major problem that when it affects certain ones within Paname's culture, or some immigrationists, or what's going on right now, right, with border break illegal immigrants. Oh my goodness, there's a problem. We need to treat people with humanity. You see the hypocrisy. And unfortunately, there is just still not enough American Blacks overall to see through these type of games as well.
They finally locate Gupta hiding in a room of the home and quickly take her into custody. Neha Gupta claims her child drowned in the pool of a short-term rental property in El Portal, but investigators believe the little girl was already dead before she ever entered the water. At a recent hearing in Broward County, the judge found some inconsistencies in Gupta's story and ordered her held without bond. She is charged with first-degree murder. I'll send it over to you in this.
Hope the little girl, her spirit, rest in peace. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP Show.